Now we are faced with a geopolitical crisis, and if we have to choose between the United States and Denmark here and now, then we choose Denmark. We choose NATO, we choose the Kingdom of Denmark, we choose the European Union.
That's their problem. That's their problem. I disagree with them. I don't know who he is, don't know anything about him, but that's going to be a big problem for him.
Now, the remarks come ahead of a high-stakes meeting of Danish and Greenlandic foreign ministers with the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Vice President J.D. Vance. That's coming later on today. Let's look ahead to it then. I'm joined by Bloomberg's Mathieson now. Ros, good morning. I wonder how the Greenland comments have resonated with Trump. No one wants another Oval Office car crash to happen today. Will they deter him? And could it all impact a potential peace deal for Ukraine?
Well, as you can see, quite a show of unity between the Prime Ministers of Greenland and Denmark, saying, like, if we have to choose now, we're obviously choosing Denmark. And Donald Trump's quite dismissive response, which was, I don't even know who the Prime Minister of Greenland is. I know nothing about this person, but he has a problem. So that's kind of the usual quite gruff rhetoric that we've seen from Donald Trump on this. But as you say, the key thing is this meeting that's happening between the foreign ministers, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, because Marco Rubio's rhetoric on this has been, in a way, more moderate, more softer than some others in the US. When he's asked, he's talking about, no, there's no immediate talk about military action. This is more about acquiring Greenland or just increasing our strategic interests there. So that's our economic interests, be it around, for example, critical minerals or around strategic interests to protect the Arctic from the growing influence of other powers, including Russia and China. So he's been quick to sort of push back against the idea that military options are on the table. Does he do so again in this meeting today? But the issue for the Europeans in all of this, and this is also an issue for countries like Germany and France, is just trying to understand what is driving all of this with Donald Trump. Because in the end, it's his decision about what happens from here, from the US side. Is it really about national security? Is it about something else? And there's no great clarity on all of that. And a strong sense from some of the Europeans so far is that Donald Trump's trying to really keep them out of it. Because, of course, with Ukraine, for example, he prefers to negotiate bilaterally, directly with Russia, directly with Ukraine, cutting Europe out of it. And there's a sense already of concern on Greenland that it might be a repeat of all of that. So obviously they'll be watching very closely what happens with that meeting today. But for Europeans, obviously also trying to get their foot in the door to be a voice in the room.